everyone, and welcome again on our channel into the big topic of cybersecurity. In this video, we want to do a deep dive into the topic of phishing. And I still talk to Alexander Laval about this topic, and I prepared a few questions. And my first question would be, what actually is phishing and why is it a problem?
Yes, phishing is somehow a word, a term, which has two different words, password and phishing with F. So this means you want to steal the password from identities. Let's do it like this, identities. But nowadays it's more. So it's not only stealing passwords, it's also your PINs, your credit card information. To make it round, think about it's all about stealing sensitive data and sensitive information to make bad things with that from an attacker's perspective.
So my next question would be, who is behind those attacks?
Yes, there's a whole range of different persons or groups. So let's start. The easiest one is the script kiddies. So this is really, they have only the basics or beyond. They have nothing. You heard about computer science or cybersecurity. They try something out, and sometimes, or sometimes often, they find an attack vector and comes into systems. And if you have the full range, on the right side of the range, there are the professional groups, hacker groups. Yes, but you have the full range and everything. You have to think about that from the security perspective. And if you take a look in the different media, you can see that script kiddies have really attacks with a high impact also. Nobody thought that this is possible, but nobody tested this kind of attack. So
they try out.
Yes, try and error on the side.
It sounds fun, somehow.
Yes, from an attacker perspective, yes, but not if you are
not
as
if
a
you
victim.
are affected, yeah,
Yes.
of course. So my next question would be, what kind of phishing attacks are out there? There are different kinds of. Can you just sum them up a little bit?
Yes, I try to categorize them. So the classical phishing is about, it's not a targeted attack. You send many different, or the same, to many different parties the phishing email and try to get some victims, try to get some password, something like this. The next category is about spear phishing. So this is really targeted. You say, I want to have it from this victim, or this company is also the victim. So really targeted, and yes, so there is also a higher success, of course, because it's more or less, especially for you, not dear madam, sir, it's dear Basti, something like this. And also the content is more a deep dive. And the third category is about dynamite phishing. So this is really a problem because there is also the context. The context is fitting about your previous communication with somebody.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And also the sender is the same. And also you see the history of your writings. So then you have the full context and you don't think that it is malicious because you see everything and say, okay, I will answer that. So this is a problem.
Wow, okay, this sounds horrible.
Yes, yes, but it happens, of course.
Wow, okay, that's heavy. Okay, so my next question is, how do I actually notice that I have been affected by a phishing attack?
Yes, I would answer it in two perspectives. The first perspective is before the attack. So what can you do before you get phished? So there are different technical systems like intrusion detection and intrusion prevention systems which detect the attack and give you an alert, or prevent. So this is blocked. The solutions, the system says, okay, I classify it is malicious, I block it for you. Or in the other case, they detect it as malicious and give you this information that is it like this. And on the other thing, you have the antivirus products where you can say, okay, like a spam filter is really prominent, popular. And also, if you think about this antivirus solution, almost 80% of your delivered mails is kicked out, it's filtered.
Wow.
So not only about phishing, of course, also normal spam, but if you think about that, just a small portion comes to the end, to the receiver. But which comes to you, it's critical. So therefore you need the human perspective, the organizational view, where you say, okay, you need to be aware that you see that it is a phishing email and that you can identify and classify by yourself and say, I don't want to answer it and don't want to click on a link or something like this. And if you think the second thing is about often successful attack, so what can you do? There is a website, Have I Been Pawned, where you can see, you can provide your information in a secure way and you see if your credentials are in this database. If yes, not good for you. So yes, of course.
So exciting field. So my last question is now, like, I have been phished. So the attack was successful, and what I heard is like the first thing you need to do is change all your passwords. But what else is there? What should I do now when I got attacked?
I will go one step. Previously, we talked about if you are hacked. So the first thing from my perspective is, hopefully you have not the same password for all your services. Otherwise, you have to, of course, change it everywhere. But important is, don't do that. For each single service, a random, complex, long, and unique password is needed. And on the other side, if you are hacked, of course, then it's only one service, hopefully only one service, where you have to change your password. And afterwards, if you have done it, on a company side, you have to monitor it to see if some abnormal usage is there or not. And what you can do from a private perspective is also somehow monitoring, see your bank account. For example, if your bank account, are there some transactions not from your side, not wanted transactions, or on the system side, this is somehow abnormal working, but this is hard to detect from a human perspective, of course. But important is, as you mentioned, change your password. And important is, afterwards, if it is not in place, otherwise the attacker has no possibility to log in, use multi-factor authentication. A second factor, like password is based on knowledge or a PIN or something like this, but you can have also something like biometrics, your fingerprint, your iris scan, something like this, to protect with a second factor. So if you lose your password, the attacker has only one. He cannot log in because he has not the biometric part. Or if you say something like property, if you have a smartphone with an authenticator app, he needs the digits, the numbers, which are presented from a time-based one-time password generator authenticator app. Without that, he cannot log in. So, of course, if somebody is interested, we will see also how multi-factor authentication can be hacked in one course in penetration testing. But in general, for normal life, and also so it's really good protection.
Secure.
Yes,
mostly.
If you do multi-factor, because 100% security is not possible. So, but the hurdle is much higher.
Yeah. Very nice. I knew a lot already, but I learned also a lot more about phishing in this video, and I hope you guys did too. If you are still interested, then also check out our other videos on cybersecurity here on the channel, and leave your questions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.